Hey guys, so for all my fun live shower friends, I decided to do a quick little video on what I call my little model horse show survival kit. Now I know a few people have done these videos before, but I just figured, we're all a little different, so why not show off mine? We can kind of watch other people's videos and you can figure out what works best for you. So without further ado, this is my live show survival kit. And as you can see, it is covered with silly little horse stickers because when I was 12 I thought that was fun and cute. And now that I'm 19 I don't really care anymore and I keep meaning to take them off, but I'm lazy. So anyways, it's just like a standard little, I think it's a tackle box technically, but it's not anything big. It has a little handle. Just kind of like a generic plastic box tool thing. You could probably get it at like a hardware store. I think I got this at Walmart actually. So we'll start with the little top thingy here. The plastic has just like a bunch of little storage hole things in here. So I have a little bit of poster tack, like that little blue, I think they call it the blue tack in the UK. I use this in the very, very, very rare occasion that I'm doing performance. I prefer it to sticky wax personally, but obviously it's a lot harder to hide. I don't know, you never know when you need some little blue tack stuff. And then I have a paper clip in here, a nice big paper clip, just to kind of like hold papers together, like if you have a class list or whatever with multiple pages, which almost all of them are. And I have another clip thingy, like one of those mini binder clips. This is what I use to keep all my ribbons together. I've gotten to the point where I really don't want to keep my ribbons anymore. I just have so many friggin' ribbons. But unfortunately, I'm lazy. So usually when I'm done with the show, I just kind of want to get out because I'm really tired, and I end up keeping my ribbons anyway. But I just use that to keep all of them together on my way out so I don't lose anything. So that's it for the little top part. So now we actually get to look inside. Ta-da! Alright, so I have a bunch of goodies in here. Some of it I don't really know why I have in here, but you never know when you'll need it. So first of all, just a little pair of scissors. I think I've actually used these before for something. Can't exactly remember what, but it's just a nice simple pair of scissors, but they're nice scissors. Again, you never know when you'll need scissors. And then this is quite possibly the most important tool in the entire box, is a nice big fluffy makeup brush. I use this to dust any models. For my flockies, I use it to, or any haired models in general, I use it to brush down the manes and tails. This thing is invaluable. It costs like $2 at Walmart. This could basically make or break your horse in a class. So very important to have a makeup brush. Let's see what else. I have a roll of Scotch tape for making tags on the run. If I don't have time to tape my tags together because I'm too lazy to buy labels. Obviously I'm in Region 10, so we use the fixed tag system. But just in case you need to make some tags or tape any like documentation together or whatever, again, good to have just in case. And then in here I have all my collectability cards. I have like all the information on them. And these go with horses that are in their collectability class. Again, I'm in Region 10, so most of our classes are double judged. So you just put this with them. It's like, for example, it's like the Pinto Sport Horse, blah blah blah. Little information on it. And these are actually just paper printouts in trading card sleeves. I like to keep my documentation nice and small. You don't need a giant piece of paper to explain why a horse is collectible. They're all kept in this little baggie so I can keep them all together and not lose anything. Alright, what else do we have? I have this little mini box. I think this was also a Walmart thing. What's it called? It's called the Really Useful Box. And I just put blank tags in here. I might buy a horse at the show and decide, oh, I want to show this horse. So always good to have some extra tags on you, and for your table mates as well if they need an extra tag. It's nice to share. Good to have just in case. And let's see, we have this guy, which is actually one of the little Leatherman tools. It's one of those basically like the kind of survival kit things. If you're on the younger side, it might be best not to have one of these, but it actually is pretty useful. So not only do you have an extra pair of scissors in here, you have tweezers, good for performance, a screwdriver. You don't really need a screwdriver for model horse showing, but you never know, might be useful for something. Same thing with the can opener, and there's a nail file with a little picky thing, another screwdriver, and a knife, which is why if you're on the younger side I wouldn't recommend having one of these. But anyways, it's good to have. It's helped me a lot actually, more than I thought it would, but just another little good to have thing. Another live show staple is sticky wax, even though obviously I really don't do performance. Always, again, if a table mate needs some, it's always nice to share. This is usually what's used for applying bits and bobs and all that good stuff to a performance horse. Let's see. Another thing that's really important is writing utensils. Probably after the makeup brush, a writing utensil is probably the second most important thing to have in there. If you need to make tags on the fly, documentation, writing on your class list, crossing off names, writing down placements. It's so simple that you'll probably forget it if you don't think about it. And sort of to go along with that is a wonderful Sharpie. Sharpies are generally used to touch up very small rubs, usually ear tip rubs, sometimes a hoof edge rub or a body rub if you have a black horse or a bay horse. I would not recommend it for a long-term solution because it does kind of get that purpley sheen to it. But if you're on the fly, you unpack a horse, you're about to bring it into the class, and you realize that it has a slight little ear tip rub, just put one little dot of Sharpie there and you should be all good. Right, next I have a little itty bitty flashlight. And this is another one of those, I have no idea why this is even in here, but you never know when you might need it. I actually think the batteries are dead, so I'm gonna have to look into that, but I don't know if you want to like look for flaws on something, like up close with a nice light. I guess you could use that for it. Right, and then one last thing is just a little itty bitty mirror. I use this for collectability purposes. When I have a horse that has a stamp on the belly, especially a lot of Briarfest stuff right now, they're reverting to stamps versus certificates of authenticity. Especially if you're looking for like raffle models, or I have my prize newsworthy who's stamped on the belly instead of having a COA, and he's 1 of 10, so obviously you want something to certify that it's legitimate. Numbered models as well, if they have kind of like a cool number or whatever. Just stick this under the belly and then the judge can look under the belly and see the stamp or the number or whatever. And finally, just a little stack of index cards. This is good for, again, writing down last minute documentation, collectability info. So, as you can see, that is it. Pretty simple, straightforward, don't need anything fancy, just something small enough to keep all your goodies inside so you don't lose it. The top 3 things I would say to have in your live show survival kit will be the makeup brush, the writing utensil, and the extra tags. But any questions, let me know, and that's pretty much it. So thanks guys!